fourth grade. I hope that you guys have all had a fantastic break. Okay, I want to know a little bit about what you did or what you got or something. So tell me either your favorite gift or your favorite thing that you did while you were on your break. Mia?
My family got together at my house and we had brisket.
Ooh, brisket. Lovely. Yummy, yummy. Mia? Mira? Sorry. Mira?
What?
Your favorite gift or your favorite thing?
Punching bag.
You got a punching bag? Nice. Have you used it?
Yes.
Nice. Nice. Lovely. Luke?
Got a baseball bat.
Nice. A new bag. Very
I
nice.
don't
Very cool. Malik?
red.
Yeah.
I got red lobster and apple cider.
Ooh, yummy. Sounds delicious. Okay. My favorite thing that we got was a new puppy. I'll show you a picture of him on my phone later, but he is pretty cute, except he's definitely a puppy. He bit my thumb and brings my shoes out from the closet and into my living room. But
He's
good.
feral. He's feral.
His name is Knox.
No.
Knox. He's pretty cute.
Definitely.
Okay. All right.
He brings out the closet.
He does.
Pretty much knocks on the door.
He does, exactly. Okay, so let's talk about our next book. Okay, we are going to start a novel study with James and the Giant Peach. Okay, James and the Giant Peach. So flip your book on the back. Let's read what the back says. No matter what cover you have, the inside of the book is the same. Okay, it says, a little magic can take you a long way. When James accidentally drops some magic crystals by the old peach tree, strange things start happening. The peach at the very tip of the tree starts growing and growing and growing until it's as big as a house. When James crawls inside, he meets a house full of oversized friends: grasshopper, centipede, earthworm, and more. With a snip of the stem, the peach starts rolling away and the adventure begins. Okay? This book is by Roald Dahl, who wrote Charlie and the Chocolate Factory. Okay? You heard me tell the third graders earlier that when they have their chocolate party, you as fourth graders will be allowed to attend since you missed it last year due to COVID. Okay? So we will be having our chocolate party at the end of the novel study, and you guys will be able to attend. Okay? For now, let's go back to James and the Giant Peach. Okay? So the chapters are extremely short. Okay? So in the first sitting, you are to read chapters 1, 2, 3, and 4. Okay? 1, 2, 3, and 4. And then in the second sitting this week, you are to read 5, 6, and 7. If you want to read all 1 through 7 in one sitting, that would be absolutely fine with me. Okay? But by the end of this week, you need to be done with chapter 7.
Did we skip the one with
Yes.
So
Okay, let's
the whole chapter 1?
no. Let's look at your packet. Put your name on the top of your packet.
Starting with the whole chapter.
This packet is slightly confusing. Okay? You will see that we have written the word extra on a lot of the pages. Okay? So you will actually not start answering any questions until you get to chapter 2. Okay? So chapter 1 has no questions. You have to start with chapter 2. Okay? Then your next page, you would do 4 and 5. And then look, chapter 3 is behind chapter 4 and 5. So what happened was this packet was not stapled correctly. Okay? So always make sure whichever chapter you read, you are doing the page that goes with it. Okay? They may not all be stapled correctly. Okay? Chapter 4 and 5 is before chapter 3. So you will need to flip to the chapter 3 page when you finish reading chapter 3.
So it's 1,
Okay? So by the end of this week, you should have all of the pages that have chapters 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. Okay? Easy enough? Okay. Throughout the packet, there are going to be pages that say extra. If you come across a page that says extra, you do not have to do it. Okay? So there's going to be one here with another crossword that says extra. Okay? You do not have to do the ones that say extra.
if you want to.
Okay? If you want to, you can. Okay? This is a very silly, definitely not realistic, so a fiction book. Okay? It is easy to read. You will enjoy it. Okay? All right. Next presentation. Okay. So we have 2 math presentations today. So put your James and the Giant Peach book away. Mira, put it away, please. All right. We are going to start talking about something called average. Okay. Average is a lot like rounding or estimating, okay? When you're finding the average of different numbers, you are finding almost like the middle of those numbers, okay? One of the big ways that we use average is when we are talking about grades, okay? So, I want to give you a few examples so that you can understand what average means when we are talking about math, okay? So let's say it's spelling quiz day, and I get 100 on my first quiz, and then on my next quiz, I get an 80, and then on my next quiz, I study and I do better and I get a 90. But on my next quiz, I totally forgot to study and my words were so challenging and I got a 50. I did not do so well on that quiz. If I wanted to find the average of all of my scores to kind of find out the middle grade of all of my scores that I got on my spelling quizzes, I would do 2 steps to find average. The first step would be to add my scores together.
320.
Okay? So 0 plus 0 plus 0 plus 0 would be 0. Then I've got 9 plus 8, or 8 plus 9, which is 17, plus 5. 17 plus 5? What's
47, 32.
Okay. Huh?
32.
Well, you're adding it all?
Yes.
So 17 plus 5 would be what? Answer that part first.
17 plus 5, 22.
Okay.
20 what? 22. Then plus 1, 32.
Okay. So 320. Okay. Have you ever gotten a score that's 320?
Nope.
No. Okay. So that is not my average. That is the first part of my average. My first step is to add. My second step is going to be to divide my total. So my total was 320 divided by the number of numbers you added.
4.
So 1, 2, 3, 4.
4? Then we get the math.
Right?
That's
1, 2, 3, 4. So 4 into 32 would be 8.
Oh, wow.
So my average on my spelling quizzes over the course of these 4 weeks is 80. Okay, so I made about an 80% each week. Some weeks it was higher, some weeks it was lower. But when I took all of my scores and I found the middle of them, it was 80%.
So what's
Okay? So the average would have been 80. Does that make sense? Yes? Okay. So let's talk about some of the different vocabulary words when we are talking about average. Okay?
If I did 2 math labs and get them all right, I would get 100%.
Yes, and your average would be 100%. Okay, so when we are talking about average, we're going to add a few different vocabulary words. And our vocabulary words are going to have letters